Welcome to the Rusted Garden. Today I'm going to show you how to seed start Shasta Daisies, Baby's Breath, and Butterfly Weed. They're all perennials. And one good thing about perennials is, if you don't know, perennials come back year after year. Annuals grow 1 year, they die out. Perennials will keep coming back. This is a great way to save money. If you go to buy, a Shasta Daisy, the Butterfly Weed, or the Baby Breath, in one of those, I don't know if they're quart containers, but the general container that the perennials come in, they cost you anywhere from $4 to $8. You can start these for pennies. They grow really, really well, and I'm going to show you how to do that and transplant them into your cup so that you can get them to size and get them out into the garden. In my garden, real quick, I have a lot of perennial beds that I grow different flowers, all kinds of different things. Whatever I'm really interested in, I just put into the perennial beds. They flower, they attract beneficial insects like pollinating insects. They even bring in ladybugs, praying mantises, and all kinds of different things. So I highly recommend growing some perennials along with your vegetables. Let me get started. Shasta Daisies, the Butterfly Weed, and the Baby's Breath are all seeds that want to be buried beneath the starting mix soil from anywhere from 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. You don't really need to worry about that. You just want to get them under the soil. Other plants like coleus and lavender like to be just set on top of the soil and pressed in. So these can go below the surface. In each cell, let me get some seeds out here. You can see the seeds are pretty small, and I don't recommend just putting in one seed. I put in anywhere from, 3 to 5 seeds and just drop them in there. And the reason you do that is they're not all going to germinate. And even if they do, you can see back here the Shasta Daisies, a lot of them came up. I will just put them into the transplant cups. I'll show you how to do that. And when they get to size, I'll split them. So then I'll have 2 transplants to go out into the garden. Same with the Baby's Breath. The Butterfly Weed, they're a little bit bigger seeds. And you can see that. So I put in 2 or 3. I probably put in 3. 1 in each corner. And that's for the Butterfly Weed. Let me get them back in the pack. And then the Baby's Breath are much smaller. And, I grab a bunch of them, and there's probably 5 to 8 seeds in there, and drop them in. Now, when I pack my seed cells, you want to put your seed starting mix in there, and then thumb pack it down, and then put more in. You want a really nice solid starting base for these seeds so that they don't fall to the bottom because the starting mix is too loose, and you really want the roots to have something to grow into. For the daisies, I just spread them out, scrape them down about 1/4 of an inch. The Butterfly Weed, I only put in 3 seeds. I'll press that down to about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, and then the Baby's Breath just mix in. And this is all you really need to do to get those started. Maybe put a pinch of starting mix on top, cover it up, and then just press it down. I always recommend you bottom water. I put mine into the trays, drop them in just like that, and I fill the tray up with water to about here and let the water get absorbed up. When you water them, I recommend bottom watering. If you water on the top, it can splash the seeds out. It can also spread disease and fungus. After 20 minutes, whatever water doesn't get absorbed, just pour out. So that's how you start the Butterfly Weed, the Shasta Daisies, and the Baby Breath. And today's March 3rd, so these were started on January 26th. So about 5 weeks later, your seedlings will look like this, and they're ready to go into cups. I use styrofoam cups. I like them because you can write on them, and you can use them for at least 3 years if you don't smash them. So all I do, let's do Baby's Breath. So I label it. Baby's Breath, they were started on 1/26, and make sure that you poke holes in the cups because they're good to go. I use these foil trays that you can buy at your grocery store, and just put them in there, and I bottom water too. So I would just fill this tray up and let the cup absorb the soil up through the water up through the bottom. Now, just fill the cup with starting mix. Don't pack it down. It should be loose in there. And all I do, I'm not going to do all of these because you'll get the idea, it's the same. Just make a big circle with your finger, pinch out a clump, and pull them out. And you can see at 4 or 5 weeks, the root systems are well developed. They haven't filled in all of the soil. They're getting a little bit curled down at the bottom, and this is when you want to get them into the cup. Before it really gets tightly packed and wound on there, you want to get them into your transplant cup. And you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 baby's breath plants in here. And I know that this is a very hardy plant, so you just drop it in here and you only put it into the same level that it was in the starting cup. Don't overbury the stem. So press it down and then just press the soil in around the edges. And after you press it in, you might need a little bit more. Just gently lift it up, drop in the soil around it, and these plants are ready in their transplant cups, and they can grow another 4 weeks under the grow lights or out in your greenhouse. I know for a fact that the baby's breath is a hardy plant, so when this continues to grow and gets about this tall, if you don't want to put them together in one bunch, which is perfectly fine, you can split them down the middle and you'll have 2 transplants for out in your garden. And if you think about it this way, when your perennial flowers form seed pods and drop seed to the ground, seeds grow right next to each other. So you don't have to just keep 1 plant per cup or 1 plant per planting area. You can overseed it and you can grow more in one space. And again, they're all going to go in there. Let me do one more real quick. This is the butterfly plant. It has beautiful orange flowers and it really does attract butterflies. And again, just fill the cup up, make a nice circle, pinch the bottom of the cell, and you can see the roots are ready to just be dropped in there. And again, same thing, keep it at about the same level, the soil at the same level here in the cup where it is in the starting cell. Press in the sides, and your butterfly bush is ready to go into the foil tray and be bottom watered. Now I highly recommend again that you try growing some perennials. It'll save you a lot of money and you can really bring them out to your garden. You can either do like I do a mound right almost in the center of my garden so that the flying insects, the good insects, will come across my vegetables to get to the flowers. I also plant these into the corner of the raised beds in different places. Now I have another channel where I show you how to grow and start, or actually seed start coreopsis and transplant that, the Heliomeris, the red Robinson daisy, chrysanthemum, and a coleus. So I'm going to put that link on, but if you want to see more about how to grow different perennials, and these are actually annuals, you can check out my other YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please check out my blog at www.therustedgarden.blogspot.com and also check out my YouTube videos. Thanks.